where the wrestling truth resides.
We got news that...
Oh.
What?
I said, do we get news?
No, I'm talking about the next news segment that we're talking about. Karrion Kross.
Oh, okay. I was excited.
Karrion Kross. He was
Karrion.
supposed to be... Karrion. Sorry. Karrion. Why am I saying Killian?
Who the hell's Karrion Kross?
I don't know.
Karrion
Kross. I don't know why.
Killer Kross.
I'm just gonna say Killer Kross. Just
Killer
just
Kross.
make Killer Kross.
There you go. There you go.
I don't know why I'm saying that. Kevin. Yeah.
No, that's his actual name is Kevin.
I know it is. I know it is. He was supposed to be re-signed.
Yeah.
He has had massive push against him. You know, you've seen show after show. He's kind of starting to get like the Daniel Bryan, this is our guy type shit. You know,
yeah.
Walking. What show was it that he was a part of, and he was just leaving, and the fans were waiting for him to leave?
I think that was a Raw, actually.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and the crowd was just like, he came out and the crowd was just all over it. Dude, when he lost to Sammy at SummerSlam, first of all, he shouldn't have. But when he lost to Sammy, the crowd was chanting, "We want Kross."
Right.
And I guess they told him, don't acknowledge it.
It was a Raw. Thanks, Turner.
Yeah.
So also makes me more confused because we had Paul Heyman. He was on Ariel Helwani's show, and he said this, and of course we know that on that show, he doesn't hold back the questions. He wants the answers. He'll tell you straightforward. Like he said straightforward, he hates the Tony Khan one because Tony was being a bitch and not answering any questions and irritated the piss at him. Yeah. So he had to literally wait until Punk was on the show to ask all the questions that he wanted answered. But we had Paul Heyman on his show, and Paul Heyman asked him about Killer Kross.
What's going on with Karrion Kross?
In what way?
Something's happening. You see the crowd; they're chanting for him at the post show and all this stuff. He didn't get the W. Is there a thing here? Or is it just like the internet trying to make something into a thing?
Well, they've made it a thing.
Okay.
And it's not just the internet. It's the internet. It's the live crowd. It's the people that buy merchandise. He's a tremendous performer, and what an act he has with Scarlett. I mean, they are great together.
Should he be getting more opportunities? Should he be...
How do you know? Well, let me ask you this. If he were getting great opportunities, if he were the Intercontinental Champion or the U.S. Champion right now, would he have this level of support from the crowd?
No, they love to get behind, Kofi, Daniel Bryan. They love to get behind someone, the underdog, so to speak.
So it's working.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah, it's working.
All right.
Yeah, it's organic.
And by the way, I'm not hating on it. It's fun. I like him. I'm rooting for him. It's just fun to see these things sort of like, kind of.
The audience is calling for him to be a bigger star. And if we don't deliver it on a timetable that an impatient audience, an impassioned audience is going to like, they're going to get behind him even more, which is great. They're making him a star. We're not shoving him and Scarlett down anybody's throats. The audience itself is making him a star, and indeed, perhaps a top star. And he's talented enough, and so is she, to carry it. It reminds me of someone else, by the way, that was in WWE, that the audience felt, this is our guy. We like this act. We like him to be a bigger star. Why aren't you making him a bigger star? Damn it, make him a bigger star. We're going to chant his name. We're going to bring his signs. We're going to buy his T-shirts. We're going to demand that you make him a bigger star. That guy's name was Steve Austin. Daniel Bryan, too.
CM Punk as well.
My God. Yes,
I thought that's actually what you were going to say.
Yeah, but yes, CM Punk. But yeah, point taken as well. I concede that point to you.
So we get that from Paul Heyman,
Yeah.
and it's understandable, because he worked for Daniel Bryan, worked for Stone Cold, worked for Kofi. Why not work for Killer Kross?
Exactly.
And so when we see that he's doing open for bookings because he did not sign a new contract with WWE, makes you feel like this is possibly a work. But at the same time, I want to believe this is a work, because I can't see how bad they would fuck this up. However, this isn't just WWE anymore. This is also TKO. And TKO fired fucking R-Truth. So I would not be surprised if they didn't see what WWE sees and just let him go.
So I'm of two minds of this. It could be legit a TKO's like, and they're like, it's a money cutting thing, because TKO is all about business, all about making money.
And we have examples that's going to come up, but continue on.
Or this could be a full work where he's out of the company and he's going off. He's going to go take some bookings, go to maybe Randy will hit,
Limitless.
Maybe Randy will hit him up and bring him in, which would be awesome. But I don't know. I'm really of two minds.
Ace versus Killer Kross.
Yeah, that'd be cool as hell.
Oh,
TNA, but the thing is too, if his contract's expired, that means he doesn't have 30-day or 90-day non-compete. He doesn't have a 90-day non-compete clause. If you get released, you have that. If you get fired, you have that. If you ask for your release, you have that. If your contract expires, you don't have that.
Correct.
So why you can't tell me, with the groundswell coming up under him, he's a free agent and can go anywhere, that Tony Khan isn't backing a dump truck of money up to his house right now.
Right.
Going, hey man, come work for me. It would make no sense. The only thing that makes sense is he's still under contract, because that's the only thing that adds up in this equation.
And you're bringing up a good point, and that it's like, why would you fuck this up? The crowd is getting behind him.
Yeah.
Why would you let somebody go that's going to be making you money?
Yeah.
However,
now I know.
I
guess like last Raw, they're like, oh, we didn't hear a single "We Want Cross" chant. They were in Canada. Canada's bizarro world when it comes to stuff. Toronto, WrestleMania 17, I believe it was. Speaking of Hulk Hogan versus The Rock. They booed The Rock out of the building and cheered Hogan. It's bizarro world in Canada.
Not only that, it's like, I think it's still fans are thinking that this is a work. There's no way that they fucked this up.
But the problem is they could have fucked this up. Literally, they could have messed this completely up, and we're gonna see Killer Kross and Scarlett back in Impact, or back in not in Impact because they're working WWE. That actually might be where they end up. Who knows? But they could end up over on AEW. They could end up in they could end up at AAA. Maybe they go to Japan. Maybe they just take some time off and just say, screw it, we're gonna go on vacation.
Maybe. So when we all found that out, we're still getting it. I'm thinking it's I've been wrong before. I was wrong about Cena. I 100% believe that Cena was gonna do the whole turn on SummerSlam, be like, you stupid motherfucker. You think that I would be this nice guy? No, I'm the greatest of all time. And kick Cody in the dick or something like that, and Cody loses again. I honestly 100% believe that was gonna happen, and yet I was completely wrong. I don't know why they decided to go the route that they did, but whatever. But Killer Kross, he was on Ariel Helwani's show, and he flat out asked Killer Kross, is this a work, or is he working the people?
Problem is, I'm gonna just, before we get into it.
Yep.
If you're working the people, you're not gonna say you're working the people. I mean, if I'm working someone, I'm gonna be like, yeah, totally, kid, I'm working you. No, I mean, it's
right. Well, he even says it in this clip right here.
I have never asked a pro wrestler the question that I'm about to ask you. And the reason why I've never done so is because I have so much respect for what you guys do and for the history of the business. People could talk about the unreals and all that stuff. I think there are certain questions that you shouldn't ask out of respect for what you do and what it's all about.
I appreciate that.
But I do feel like I need to ask you a certain amount of questions, and I need to be as sort of pointed as possible, okay?
Sure, of course.
Are you working us right now?
No. I'm not answering questions today as a character.
This is legit.
Yeah.
This is Kevin.
Yep.
Okay. What you put out on your YouTube channel on Sunday evening, a riveting documentary that I urge everyone to see. You almost have about 800,000 views as of right now in 3 days. That's incredible. You
Probably has over a million now. I have yet to see it.
Probably.
I've heard from people who have watched it, said it's really fucking good. Really fucking good.
said that your WWE contract came to an end on August 10th.
Mm-hmm.
And as of right now, you have not re-signed with them. You do not have a new deal with them.
No.
Is that accurate?
That is accurate, yeah.
You're not working us on that front.
No.
And I feel bad asking you that. I've never used that word in an interview to the best of my knowledge. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Because the reason why I feel the need to ask it is because of the Seth Rollins thing that just happened, right? You understand why.
Of course.
And I'm sure you've seen people say this is a work. In fact, people have said your appearance on today's show is validation that it's a work. They think that because you're coming here, that means this has to be a work.
No, I mean, I was planning on doing a book tour and doing media. I've been doing a lot of media. ECW Publishing, the publisher of the book, has been helping me with that. Being able to be on your platform, all the people we reach, like, there was no anticipation that this was going to happen on the way to do the book tour. So that kind of, this is just what's happening. So
how did we get here? How is this possible?
Well, I mean, truth of the matter is, you've already stated, like, my contract was up last week. I never actually received a contract, like an offer, until last week. So,
isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah, that's them. I think that was them. If I read it right, how they're doing it is like, oh, we'll wait till last minute. And we'll give him this lowball offer. He wants to be here. He'll sign. No, he won't, because he values his time and energy in life, and he'll be like, nah, screw you, man. And here's the thing. I was offered a contract, not we. I.
He'll get into that.
Yeah.
He'll get into that. But yeah, they did the same. Who those don't ever seen the Jim and Jim Roberts and Sam Roberts and Jim Norton show. They did the same thing to Jim Norton. He knew the writing was on the wall that they're going to get rid of him. And like an hour or two before the contract expired, they handed him an offer, and it was a low ball offer.
Yeah,
that he couldn't, dispute, have a conversation about, and they did it on purpose because they knew
sign this or don't.
See you later. And he didn't.
See you later.
And they fucked up because he's killing it on YouTube now. He's interviewing comedians. I think his YouTube channel is only like 6 months old and has over a million subscribers.
Damn.
Already. Yeah, he's killing it right now. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking again, if this is real, this is TKO fucking up.
Yeah.
That they're just like, oh, he's not a draw, whatever. And he's going to explain to it. I'm going to be jumping the gun here a little bit, but they gave him a 24-hour notice. It was, hey, you have 24 hours to sign this.
Yeah, I'd have been like, no.
No, but that's just saying, it's like, that's obviously hey, we kind of hoping that you just go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to explain it in just a minute.
Do you remember what day? So your contract expired August 10th, which I do believe was Sunday.
Yeah. I think it was Tuesday off the top of my head.
Okay.
I got the offer. I wanted to know how they came to the valuation of that offer. Just wanted, like some information, some metrics, some analytics that's supporting to, hey, this is how we got here. When I inquired about that, they were unwilling to provide that information and told me I had 24 hours to agree to the offer or they were rescinding it. So, the next day we talk. I ask if they have the information. They don't. And I said, I can't make an informed decision without the information. And I'd like to keep the dialogue open. and they rescinded the offer, and that's actually where we're at.
Wow.
So, and it's
Hey, can you just give me the information? Like,
Yeah.
if you're in a real job, your boss usually when you get a bonus, if you get a bonus,
What's
they
the bonus?
have. I'm honestly I gotten some, which is surprising because our company never did. At one point in time, it was literally like, you want a bonus, your commission is your bonus. Do better.
Yeah.
Is
Again, what's the
basically what-
bonus?
Yeah, but
I used to get
typically,
tips. That was nice.
typically they'll give you a maybe a packet or whatever, and said, hey, this is what we've noticed of your work ethic,
Yeah.
and this is your whatever is your bonus going to be because this is how you've been excelling in the workforce. That's basically all he's asking, is like, hey, I just want to know why you think I deserve this much money. I just give me what the information that you
Yeah.
have, and let's have a conversation. And their answer was, no,
Huh.
we're sending our offer.
Like, yeah, it's
Oh.
gonna be you.
Thanks,
Like,
thanks, buddy.
cool. Thanks, bro.
Thanks.
it's not meant. This isn't like, I know how a lot of people feel when they make an exit, right? I can empathize with everybody's experience. Every experience exiting the company is different, right? This isn't like to disparage WWE, but because there's so many convoluted stories out there going on, it actually even to some degree can affect our livelihood of what we're supposed to be doing afterwards. People don't want to reach out because they're not sure if they're tampering and stuff like that. The goal has always been to be with WWE. My wife and I still want to be with WWE. Like, I'm still at I'm at the table for conversations. I did not step out of the conversation. You know what I mean? So, we still want to be there. We still want to work it out.
Okay, so a few things to obviously follow up on. I have never heard of the, hey, here's an offer, you have 24 hours, and if you don't respond or take it, we're taking it away. Have you ever heard this being done before?
I haven't, no.
Have you asked other guys, like, is this how it goes when a contract is up?
I haven't asked anybody about their.
Again, this is going to be a TKO thing. This might be something
Yeah.
new that they're doing. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we're gonna fire you, but here's a contract that's garbage. Take it or get fired.
Get fucked. Take it or get fucked.
Take it or get fucked. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm the talent. Say you're, I don't know, Sami Zayn. I'm gonna use Sami. Say you're Sami Zayn, right? Your contract rolls up. They're like, oh, okay, you're getting paid $750,000 a year. I'm sure he gets more than that, but the estimate, right?
Mhm.
And you're getting that. TK walks up and goes, okay, here's your contract. You're now going to get paid $250,000 a year. No, absolutely not. Okay, then just get fucked. No, that's not how this works.
Right, exactly.
I might take a pay cut of, like, say, I go from 750 down to 700, but we need to talk about that. Do I get more incentive from t-shirts? Do I get more incentive if I'm on live programming?
Right.
We can make it work where you're not paying me a downside guarantee as much, and I get more at the far end. But we need to talk about it, not fuck you. This is what you're taking.
Right. Exactly.
Particular experiences, no.
That seems a little odd, right? I mean, I've been in contract negotiations myself. I've never been given a 24 hours deadline, and if not, we're taking it away. Why do you think that was the play? Why was that the tone?
I don't know.
Was it less than what you were making?
No, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, when a valuation is being suggested, there has to be something where people can go to information-wise and say, hey, this is how we came to this.
Yeah, of course.
And, this is what we think makes sense. I asked to see that information. I still haven't seen it. I want to see it. Let's look at it together and let's decide whether this is appropriate or not. I don't think that's unreasonable. Was
it a departure from what you were thinking? Like, if we would have talked and said, like, what are you hoping for? Was this way off?
I didn't necessarily have, I wasn't thinking about it like that. I was thinking, let's assess everything together and see where we're at. I want to make sure that this is actually reflective, fairly, of, what we have information-wise to collect and look at. That's all.
That's all. Now, I might have pulled it. It might be a different clip. I might have taken it out by accident. He was asked about what about his wife,
I am listening, by the way. I'm just
and I
responding to
know,
one.
I know. So, and they said basically, let's take care of you first, and then we'll work on her. Even though that they signed together when they first joined the WWE, back joined WWE after they were released the first time. So that being said, I'm kind of made me feel like if he did actually agree to it, they weren't going to actually sign her.
Yeah. I have a feeling that's probably what happened too. Like, oh, cool. You said your contract. Bye, Scarlett. And even though Scarlett is an integral part of the freaking act,
Right.
it's not just him. Scarlett is part of it.
Right. Exactly.
That'd be like having. I'm going to use Goldust as a good example. Goldust at the beginning, Marlena was a huge part of the act. Edge and Christian. Sorry, not Edge and Christian. Try that again. Matt and Hardy. God damn, I'm getting tired. Jeff and Matt Hardy. Lita is a big part of the act, right? Especially at the beginning. Yes, I'm getting a little EP, folks. I apologize. I'm not a night person anymore. But Scarlett's a huge part of this act, and not bringing her back would be dumb.
100%. And so I don't know. Again, I'm hoping it's a work because this just sounds really fucking dumb. But
Yeah.
who knows at this point? I did think this. I pulled this really quick. I think this was kind of cool that he talks about Taker watching his match with him and Sammy, which kind of made me feel like, oh, this is kind of cool because we all do the same thing with when our coaches or something that's way up high up there. It's like if they watch the match, like, well, how do you feel about it? Did you like it? Was I absolute dog shit? What is that?
Yeah, it's like when AG comes up, he's like, "Yo, I watched your match." Oh boy.
Oh boy.
How was it?
Yeah.
He's like,
how bad was it?
What I like about AG is if he does watch your match, he'll give you he'll be like, okay, so I noticed this, and he'll give you critiques, but they're always to make you better. He's never going to tear you down.
Right.
He's always going to be like, yo, I saw this. Maybe next time try it this way. And next time you
Right.
do it that way, and you're like, oh, okay, I see it, Or I know Gangrel at when he was at the Let's show, and I guess he watched every match. And knowing
Really?
Gangrel, knowing he watched my match, I was kind of like, I'm sorry, what? I didn't find that out till later. I would have asked him how I did. I think that was maybe I'm glad I didn't ask him because I think that was one of the that was one of the shows that I didn't have one of my better matches. So
Oh yeah. I don't think I was on that show.
I don't remember if you were or not.
I found
All right.
this is Taker and Cross talking about Taker.
All right.
The back, what happens after the match? Does someone say something to you? Do you get a chat, a hug, a thank you? What is that vibe like when you walk back to Gorilla and back to the locker room?
Thank yous, making sure everybody was okay, and handshakes, and that was pretty much it. I thought it was cool. This is the only time I've ever known for this to happen. But Taker was in Gorilla, and Sammy and I went to Taker after the match to get his thoughts on it, and it was all good.
Wow.
So that was cool. The Undertaker watched
That's incredible.
one of our matches, which is cool. I grew up watching him ever since I was a little kid. So
He's actually giving you pointers?
I'd be
he just talked
fanboy
about what he
too.
liked about the match, and
Amazing.
we asked him if there was anything that jumped out or stood out that we would do anything differently with, and he said he really enjoyed it. So
Incredible.
yeah, that was cool for me.
Can you imagine if it was the opposite? That was absolute dog shit.
I mean, it's gonna happen. You're gonna go through, and even if you think you have a great match, I've had times where I walk back and went, well, man, that was a pretty good match, and you walk up to someone like, that sucked.
Yeah,
you're just like,
that has
oh.
happened. It's like,
Okay.
thanks.
It's like,
Thanks
oh, I
for
thought
making-
that was okay.
Right. It's like, thank 24 hour deal.
Close for you to actually taking this deal within 24 hours.
Impossible,
Okay.
because you can't.
We'll hear the other
I
clip in a
had
minute.
explained to them.
We'll go over this one.
I had said, there's no opportunity here to make an informed decision without looking at the information together. So you can't do that. Your whole livelihood is based on this idea with no information to support it. I just wanted to get there. I wanted to keep the dialogue open. So, and I still do,
And just curious, are you speaking through an agent, a manager, or is it direct? You to
no,
them?
me for sure.
Okay.
I I came to the table to talk.
And specifically, if you don't mind me asking, who are you speaking to when you're going through this?
It's a rep that the
Okay.
company appointed to have a conversation with.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah, it's a rep. Great.
It's a rep.
Yeah.
Didn't we have somebody, was it years back, that was like bragging about being the head of like the writing team, whatever, and didn't know who the fuck Bobby Lashley was? And he was
Oh,
the
you mean
champion that one time?
you mean bro?
Might have been
Russo. Was it Russo?
Russo. No,
Yeah,
no, the part of the right. No. This was recently. This was like 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh,
When Vince was still around.
Oh
They
God,
did a
Vince
lot
probably
of-
didn't know who Lash was.
No, I can't remember what her name was, but she was like head of the
Golden Age.
writing. She was the head of the writing. She didn't know who Bobby Lashley was, and like a few other things like key, like every fan would fucking know what, even if you
Oh,
weren't a
yeah.
fan, would know what these things are. She had no fucking clue, and I think she got fired like the next day. They let it go. It's like, yeah, we're going.
You're fired, Golden Age. Sorry, it's my bad Vince.
So it's not always good to have a rep
no.
Dude.
It's like
take care of this
So-
shit.
I understand the company having a rep, but at the same point, the rep should be the head of talent relations. That should be their freaking job. When
Right.
JR was in charge, he wasn't one negotiating contracts. He was head
Right.
of talent relations. If a wrestler was going to have a contract negotiation, JR would be like sitting down like, all right, son, so we're going to give you this much money and we're going to give you this much for your t-shirts. What do you think? The
Right.
talent could be like, I like it. Or it sucks, JR. Can we do something else? Well, I'll go talk to Vince. Comes back. Well, we can do this. Okay, cool. There, contract signed. But
Right.
I'm not saying it always happened that way, but you know what I'm saying? Now you get like, you get one guy, it's phone tag. You get one guy talking to another guy, talking to another guy, talking to another guy, talking to another guy, going to talk to the talent. And the guy talking to the talent is probably some like guy that just got like 2 days ago was just fetching coffee, like some poor little dude that's never, walks up to Karrion Kross shaking like, hello, here's your coffee, Mr. Kross, and here's your contract. You have 24 hours to sign it. And Karrion Kross is probably like, I'm sorry, I have what? And the kid was like, bye, and
What?
took off,
Probably.
Yeah.
He's a big
Again,
man.
I'm not saying that. I'm
I'd
not
be
saying
terrified
that's
of
how
him,
it
too.
happened, but
He's a big man. I would be terrified too.
yeah,
Just saying.
Karrion's not a small dude. He's what,
No.
6'2", 6'3", something like that.
He's only 6'2", 6'3", really?
I think
I thought he was way bigger than that.
I'm gonna look it up. Go ahead.
I thought he was like
continue
6'5", 6'4", 6'5".
on. He might be. I don't know how big he is.
But anyways, continue on.
I would have loved to have spoke to either of my bosses,
6'4".
but this
Would
is
that
the
be
way
Paul
they-
Levesque?
Big guy.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Like when my wife and I came back, Hunter had called us, and we did our deals over the phone together. So I was just under the assumption that we were going to do that again. We did them at the same time, and yeah, like typically I would not put somebody in front of me to talk to Hunter. I feel comfortable to talk to him, in person. We've always talked that way. So, but yeah,
Yeah, I believe I read in here. I believe you said, "Are you ready to come home?" Right,
yes,
the first time.
yeah,
You did not get that, and it is worth noting. There's another human being involved in this. Your wife,
yeah.
who means the world to you. She's in the same boat, right? Her
Yeah.
deal was up August 10th, and she has not been re-signed.
Yeah.
When they made that offer, was it for the two of you?
Nothing. She had nothing. There was no offer to her.
Nothing.
No. I was told at one point, because I did inquire, of course.
Yeah.
After we deal with you, we'll deal with her. Like,
Do you think that they were going to get to her? Like once they were probably hoping you'd say yes. Do you think they were going to get to her, or do you think there was a chance that she was not going to be brought back regardless?
I don't know.
Wow.
But I don't see why we just could not have done things the way we did them before,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, just I don't understand either. But again, it's two different companies, two companies now in one. This is probably
Yeah.
how TKO ran their shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just fucking crazy.
It's all stupid. It's all stupid. I still personally think it's a work.
I still think it's work too. But
I still think it's a work. I'm probably going to be proven wrong, but I still think in the long run, this is going to be a big work. I think it's going to be, I think what it is it's going to show up. If you notice last Raw, Sammy is wearing his hair like Karrion. That was one thing Karrion did to people. He was fighting like when he fought AJ, he wore his hair like AJ. When he
Mhm.
fought Sammy, he wore his hair like Sammy. It was a little subtle thing. you had to pay attention to it, but it was kind of cool. Sammy wore his hair like Karrion last Monday, so I think we're gonna see something come about it. I could be completely wrong, but we'll see.
All right. I hope so.
All right, all right. I say, yeah.
You're calling it.
Oh my god, I'm starting to get there. But
okay,
but I don't want to tap out before everyone else. So
all right, we'll do.
I think it's like I said. I'm just finish my thoughts on that. I think it's a work.
Yeah, I'll just basically give the summary about the other ones that I had. So basically, he was asked if AEW reached out to him, and he said no, because
because it's a work.
They think it might be a work, so they haven't reached out. And he just more explains that he's trying to get back with WWE because he wants to, still work with them.
Yeah,
still have that plan on the table.
That's the goal, man.
And people were saying, it's like I've read it. People said if I go to TNA, they know it's a work, but if they go to AEW, they know it's not a work. So
yeah.
And apparently he does have some dates that he's working on that he has not said yet. Yeah. But apparently he has some possible indie dates coming up.
I will tell you what. I'll tell you this too. If he works for any of the WWE ID schools on their shows, it's a work.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, like say he works for like Chaotic, or he works for like, shit, even Limitless. It's a work.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then he let's see what I have right here for asked if he heard what Paul Heyman said, which we played, and he said that he did, and he gave a story that he doesn't like to talk about Paul Heyman because he doesn't want people to feel like he's like trying to get something out of people. He doesn't like talking about people because he feels like they might think that he's trying to pull something out of him. But he has a really great relationship with Paul Heyman. And do I have that really quick? I just want to play this part really quick of it. That I think this is really something really, really cool to play. I'll just skip to that part of the video. Let's see. All right. Oh, now it's letting me do it. You stupid fucking piece of shit. Now it's letting me go pick a folder when I've had to move everything. Let's see, right? Right here.
Heyman on the show last week, or at least what he said.
He is to this business. And start telling me about, telling everybody how I put him over, to use that as like different when somebody compliments you. Yeah, for the rest of my life too, man. It feels, I'll leave it at that.
Maybe previously?
Yes.
Okay.
We've had conversations about that before. There was one thing that he told me a long time ago, and I don't think he'd mind that I'm saying this.
I love
this. A long time ago, in this last term that I had, there was a time where I was off TV for over 3 months. I'd have to ask my wife. She has a much better memory than I do, maybe 4 or 5 months. I was backstage at TV every week, hoping this is going to be the day we're going to get back on TV. He calls me over. We sit down in Gorilla, just check in, shoot the breeze. We get to this conversation. He goes, I want to ask you a question. I go, what? And he says, say they pull you off TV for another 2 months, 3 months. Do you think if you were given the opportunity to go out there and perform at your best, you could get over with that audience, you could entertain them? I said, of course. And he goes, good. I do too. Never forget that. How about 5 months? Could you do it? Of course I could. Good. How about 6 months? How about a year? Could you go out there? If you had no handcuffs, no restrictions, could you go engage that audience? Could you get over it? Could you do what you're supposed to do with this job? I said, yes. And he said, good. Don't ever let the time you're spending off TV rattle you, because you know what you're doing. I can verbatim repeat that, because that was a conversation that has lived in my head to now. It solidified my confidence in what I was doing, like I had never ever had it before.
That's cool.
Right? Now that you see why I play that?
Yeah. And as someone who's had confidence issues in the ring, that's pretty cool, man. So
yeah, how's that for a little boost?
Mm.
Listen to Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
Fucker.
I'd love to actually.
Let's see if he gets on the podcast.
Yeah, right.